Hey, what's going on, y'all? Welcome to another episode of We Need to Talk. This is episode 415. Shout out to everybody who has been supporting the show. Much appreciated. Shout out to everybody who has been donating, commenting, watching, listening, all of the etceteras. I appreciate every last one of you. I appreciate your energy. I appreciate every ounce of support with this thing. you know. So let's get right to it. First of all, for anybody right now looking for any support in the realm of one-on-one coaching, mental health, life purpose, dating and relationships, as well as physical health and nutrition, exercise, etc., definitely be sure to click the coaching link in the description. That's www.patreon.com/happinessdecoded, where you can get access to my 24/7 virtual wellness platform, as well as one-on-one coaching virtually. So, if there's anything that has been a barrier to you, if there's anything that has been a stressor, if you're overwhelmed, depressed, anxious, having difficulty with toxic dating cycles, definitely be sure to make contact. I also do free consults as well via Zoom, so definitely be sure to get in touch. So welcome, Curves Kingdom. What's going on, Dawn? How you feeling? So tonight I wanted to touch on something that has been imminent uh, as of recent, but definitely has been a part of my life for some time now, and definitely wanted to speak on the power of the reset. This month has been beyond hectic, on my end, as well as just some people that I've encountered, people that I've spoken to and things like that. But I know for sure on my end, it's definitely been, one of the higher active months of the year. And when this occurs, it becomes increasingly important to do an adequate assessment on yourself, your functioning, your mood spaces, your how you attack or don't attack the task in front of you, how heavily they increase with time, because sometimes it can almost be laughable. Sometimes you may have a long list of things you need to accomplish, things you need to take care of, and then the second you sit down to attack this 50 item list, 50 more things get dropped on you. So sometimes it can even push you to the point where you laughing to keep from crying, type of thing, because sometimes when it's astronomical like that, that's indicative of it being the perfect time to reset yourself. Reset yourself. And so for me, I can explain what that means for me, because a lot of times, the term gets kind of used loosely, but it's something that is subjective. I think largely it becomes subjective. Everybody resets differently. Some people push through, some people freeze, some people go into hyperdrive, some people go into hibernation, some people hide from everything, but then feel the anxiety of not being able to fully shake that shadow, and not to be able to fully shake that beast in the shadows that's always waiting until you defeat it. So a lot of times it can be quite the conundrum when there's no time to attack everything and it keeps coming in at a steady or even an unreasonable pace. So, you know, on my end, one thing that I try to focus on is, my mood spaces and getting to a point where I'm corrective as far as my moods go. If I feel I'm slipping or I feel like, you know, more irritable than usual at small things or more triggered at certain things, um or if I start to see actively that I'm not as active as normal. I'm not, maneuvering at a good pace, or even, a fast pace, or I'm not necessarily accomplishing things, and that and the third. Like, and sometimes, even if I'm in that pendulum space where sometimes I just freeze up and just don't do anything, and then other times, I'm trying to, you know, maneuver through that list of things. But, you know, it's critically important to to not forget about the things that bring joy to you and that allow you to distance, but not just to distance and be numb, or just distance meaning stop working but then kind of sit there idle. Distance in a way that you're moving into the zone that energizes you to be able to take on the task, right? So where is your energy chamber? Where is the plug and outlet? Where do you get your power from? For some people, it is resting more. For some people, it's working out more. For some people, it's the combination of, maybe music, maybe reading, maybe, working out, all of the above. There's been times where I would be on the treadmill with my headphones on and reading at the same time. So just a, a combined energetic phenomena. I'm very, very much big on combinations, because we have to look at it like this. This is how I kind of view it. If there's a time, or a month or several months where you're surrounded with obligations, my way of powering up is to surround myself with powering energy. And so I if I'm gonna take on, a more powerful enemy, or a numerous more numerous foes or enemies, or adversaries, then I have to make sure that I am powered up to be able to be up to the task. And because sometimes just simply detaching can keep us in the same mood space we left off at, or simply detaching or simply resting can leave us in the same space and still not exactly at the right power level to be able to take down an astronomical amount of tasks. Like, and so, even though much of what is incoming, and much of what is coming in, if you're a goal oriented person and you have energetically attached to your goals, then I'm confident that all of those changes and all of the new obligations and tasks and things like that are what you asked for and are related to the bigger goal and do need to be taken care of for the most part, not knowing your list specifically. But even though it's all for a positive cause, and there's something great on the other side of it, it still needs to be taken down, but we still need to be equipped to do so. So, though, just the biggest thing I want to be the takeaway is to get into, or if you don't have it, to create a space that powers you up, to the highest level. Some people take baths. I see Dawn says lighting candles and listening to slow music while doing computer work. Right. So creating the ease of completion. So, equalizing the task with the calm space, with the, that powerful energetic zone, with the things that, when infused with the work, make the work not feel like work. And it's always available. If you're a nature person, you may need to have windows open. If you're somebody, who is, a big Netflix person or movie person, you may have to keep movies on and they kind of operating in the background, or take breaks and watch TV, or some segments on YouTube and things like that in between, using it as an incentive, um, to keep you going, to keep you moving, and to keep energizing yourself, empowering yourself up, and adding and creating that space of joy. Because again, when we think of overwhelm, we think of the stress response. There's hyperactivity and there's shutdown simultaneously. So it puts us in a highly anxious state. It's that fight, flight, or freeze state. And a lot of times these things have deadlines. These things need to get done. And so after the phase of organizing and maybe creating the list of what needs to be done now, what can be done later, what can be delegated, right? What's not even necessary. Sometimes some stuff on that list, it don't even need to be done at all. So chop that off, get that out, but after the organizational phase, we got to get the joy back. We have to get the elation back. We have to get the power back, because just kind of, first of all, just laying on your back ain't gonna cut it. Just acting like it doesn't exist, and then trying to fight through and complete it with a poor emotional space or a poor emotional state, you won't get it done either, because emotions can shut down actions at any time. And even so, if you're emotionally fatigued or stressed out, you will then become physically fatigued and unable to complete your work. It's psychosomatic. All of this stuff is connected. So you have to make sure that you are in the best mood spaces possible. And that's where that reset comes in, because a lot of times the self-care that we know of that are our favorites, or that power us up or get us in tune or get us in sync, we've left behind. At some point, we leave these things behind, and because we get so busy, there's a lot of times we forget our cheat codes, and we have to bring those back into view when things get overwhelming, and just kind of take a step back and say, all right, I got to handle these things, and watch for the illusion of guilt, because when we get busy, we can't keep in touch with people a lot of times, and we need that time frame to get ourselves recalibrated, especially the high achievers and things like that. You know what I'm saying? And so, you got to watch that. Don't let that creep in, because again, we're focusing on keeping our mood space where it needs to be, and guilt is a mood killer, and that's bringing you downward. And bringing you downward is not really an option right now, especially when there's a lot of things that need to get done. So we don't want to make the problem worse. We want to make ourselves powerful enough to take down this dragon, and we are capable to do it as long as we stay focused on ourselves and what we need at the time. And that's really the biggest thing about it. People are gonna have to wait, but once things come back around, you'll be able to do things more seamlessly, and to be able to, be who you normally are with your top level of energy. And then you'll have the reference point, so you know how to operate when things do get out of hand, but also have a better pulse on things, um, before they get that far. So just wanted to drop that. That's something that's supremely relevant. It's something that was on my heart to talk about, because I don't know what's in the tarot or the astrology or whatever, but something with May. I don't know what this is right here, but I'm taking it in stride. I hope you all are as well. I know you all to be capable, to be prepared for this, and to there's nothing is insurmountable for you. It's just a matter of adding the right strategies and being consistent as possible with that. And you will find your clearing. It's the same thing about, my favorite analogy is just, reaching that cruising altitude mood wise. And sometimes, you know, while flying in the air, you have to maneuver the plane to get into the right pocket that has the least turbulence. But we don't avoid turbulence, or it's rather it's unavoidable at times. But when we do encounter it, we have to strategically angle ourselves and do what's necessary, to get ourselves to the clearing, because the clearing is always available and the clearing is well deserved. So we have to keep ourselves first at the top of the priority list during this process. So I'm here for y'all, as always, and I'm here for me too. So it's going to be a blessed process for everybody moving through right now. Everybody, trying to find that clearing, and it'll bring itself into view very soon. I can promise you that. So just stay focused on the positive, stay focused on the advantages, and keep yourself rooted by virtue of utilizing your best zones and your best energy. And the best outcomes can only come with that. So shout out to you, Dawn. I appreciate you. And I will see y'all tomorrow night.